And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the judge has denied the motion to dismiss the case against Jonathan Majors. It will now go to trial November 29th. That's it, it's done. So, for those that don't know, this is kind of a long-winded, protracted issue. I think it started in March, if I remember rightly. March or May. And Jonathan Majors, his defense attorney, has been leaking a whole bunch of stuff to TMZ in an effort to, I guess anyway, have the court of public opinion support Jonathan Majors. This is a guess anyway. Support Jonathan Majors, and then maybe the judge would deny the motion to dismiss. The judge would allow the motion to dismiss. Maybe. I don't really understand what they were trying to get from all of this. But let's take a look, ladies and gents. It's pretty full on, to be honest. So, New York Judge Michael Gaffey has rejected the defense's motion to dismiss the misdemeanor assault and harassment charges facing Marvel actor Jonathan Majors today, Wednesday. So November 29th is when the trial will happen. So we'll be following that. The defense additionally filed a motion under seal requesting that certain evidentiary matter continue to be under seal or outside of public view. The defense argued that this evidence contains sensitive information that could jeopardize Majors' right to a fair trial. The state did not take a position on the motion, and Gaffey told press in the courtroom that they could submit papers in opposition to this by November 6th. So there's something which obviously could jeopardize a fair trial. Fine, cool. Keep it under seal if it needs to be. I would imagine that that is actually legit because, again, the state did not choose to oppose that motion. And pretty much likely it's just going to be press, members of the press that choose to dispute that claim anyway. So Majors appeared in court virtually. As the judge mentioned, he is currently out of state. So Majors faces 4 misdemeanor charges of harassment and assault after being arrested following an alleged domestic violence incident March 25th. Police responded to a 911 call where a 30-year-old woman, who has since been identified as Grace Jabari, UK citizen, reported being assaulted by Majors, with police noting that she had sustained minor injuries. Majors was released from police custody later that day. So in June, this is just a full rundown, guys. In June, the Loki actor filed a cross-complaint against Jabari, alleging that she attacked him that night. His attorney, Priya Chowdhury, has denied all wrongdoing on behalf of a client and said that he had called 911 out of concern for Jabari's mental health. Gaffey said Wednesday that he will issue a new order of protection, barring Majors and Jabari from having contact. I think that's wise anyway. I think anyone would agree with that. So, according to court documents filed in relation to the case, an investigatory card or an I card, which is not an arrest warrant but rather an NYPD document alerting officers that there is a probable cause for an arrest, was also issued for Jabari in late June in relation to the cross complaint. However, because this is what people keep dragging up. However, prosecutors on the case have informed police, defense, and Jabari that they will not be prosecuting Jabari in relation to the incident, citing the belated nature of the allegations, as well as the process of evaluating cross-complaints in domestic violence cases. So, this is something which has come up quite a lot whenever I've done a video like this. They go, why are you not talking about this? Here's why. Chowdhury filed a motion to dismiss the case September 12th, which, along with the state's response, was evaluated by the judge in New York Criminal Court on Wednesday. So the judges had a look at it, obviously. The defense's motion claimed that the state withheld and buried evidence, which would support claims of Major's innocence and potentially cast suspicion on Jabari as she testifies, and interfered with the NYPD's investigation into Jabari. Pretty major claims, to be fair. They also alleged that the state did not disclose communications with the NYPD or any benefits discussed in relation to not prosecuting Jabari, and the defense alleged there were missing 911 calls, among other items. So all of this also interfered with Major's right to a speedy trial, the defense said, which requires the state to be ready within 90 days of when the action commenced. The state has accrued more than 100 chargeable days, they argue, and on Wednesday, Gaffey ruled that only 71 days had passed. So again, covering this for everyone to say you're not being fair with your coverage. This is two sides. This is what his defense attorney's been saying. So among the allegations, the defense also claimed that the state did not initially provide a copy of the I-card authorising Jabari's arrest in June, and also did not disclose what defence says was the state's purported attempt to deactivate the open NYPD I-card and urged the NYPD not to investigate or charge Jabari, as well as any other benefits they have conferred upon Jabari. So here's what was said. So in response, prosecutors stated that the NYPD first told the defence counsel they had authorised an I-card authorising the victim's arrest on June 23rd, so a day after. But police did not inform prosecution until late August. Okay. Further, prosecutors countered that a wanted flyer issued in connection with the I-card featured a photo of Jabari provided by the defence, proving that the team was aware of the I-card's existence. Huh. If true, that's pretty crazy. Additionally, they denied any allegations of directing the NYPD to issue or deactivate an I-card. As far as potential benefits offered to Jabari, the prosecution disclosed that it would pay for the travel and lodging for Jabari, because she's a British resident, so that she can testify at the trial. The decision not to prosecute Jabari, which was disclosed to the state, is not a benefit, as the defence has argued, but rather a routine decision as part of the case, they say. If that is the case, that makes sense. You guys can dispute that in the comments. Prosecutors also disputed the elapsed time, saying only 34 chargeable days have elapsed rather than the 100 claimed by the defence, and the state has argued it provided all relevant evidence, including phone records, medical records, surveillance video from 8 locations, photographs and text messages sent by witnesses, and that it had not buried, that it was not buried and was properly labelled, basically. So overall, the two parties disagree on the perpetrators of the event. While Chowdhury has claimed her client is innocent and that Jabari was the aggressor, the state claims that the events on March 25th began when the two were riding in a car. Jabari saw a message and basically grabbed the phone, and the altercation occurred then. She shouldn't have grabbed the phone, obviously. We can all agree with that. Two wrongs don't make a right, however. And Majors kicked off, grabbed her and, assaulted her, essentially. So in June, Chowdhury said she was requesting a quick trial date for Majors in order to speed up the case. Majors has appeared in court both virtually and in person across the past several months. And on September 6th, prosecutors said they were ready for trial and had filed a certificate of compliance, but attorneys for Majors said they found deficiencies with the certificate, leading them to file the motion to dismiss. It's kind of all over the place, really. This whole thing is just an epic shit show. But I'm kind of glad it's going to trial, because at least in trial things will go and be revealed. Hey, this is actual evidence. This is what we're submitting here. Because this has become a lot of he said, she said situation. And I'm glad it's going to trial, because now the defence at the very least will have to submit a whole bunch of stuff that they deem that is actually evidence. And whether it gets approved or not, I guess will reveal to us whether they did have clear-cut proof he's innocent, because that's what they're claiming. But, I mean, the judge has obviously reviewed all of this and is still taking it to trial. So, it's not looking good anyway. But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? I'm aware there's apparently I wasn't aware of this, but that I'm aware now. There's apparently a video going around of Jabari speaking. Need to locate that. I haven't found it yet. But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop it down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.